The distinctive hollow road is the perfect way to approach the church at Dysartgallen.
You've had hundreds of years of cartwheels and feet walking down here, both human and animal, coming down this way, and you know that it's obviously kind of hollowed out the route, and you can imagine the road must have been kind of getting a bit lower and lower with the years.
Dysartgallen means the hermitage or wilderness of Gallan, and it is tended to by a very committed local group.
Dysartgallan is in particular a fantastic example of community engagement with a site like this. They realise and appreciate the history that's right there on their doorstep. Many of them obviously have family and ancestry associated or buried in the graveyard.
Part of who we are, is knowing where we come from, and that's kind of, it's important to me. It's part of our culture.
Anna May would have been the first person out here with the clippers cutting the grass herself. So I suppose when you see someone like that, and Mick Welch, the leadership of those people, they weren't standing around saying who's going to do what. They were the ones out here with clippers. So the rest of us then kind of got to be embarrassed looking at these ones here with clippers.
I will say this, they were very, very good, the people. The ones, young fellas and old fellas, and they were all very good, the way they came. And then myself and my husband had come early in the day, and we'd do a few more ones early. And that was it. We kept at it, doing it until it was complete.
The committed work of all the locals has been backed by key funding from the Just Transition Fund, paying for professionals to carry out essential work on the church.
The west gable is one that we want to carry out some work to. We've kind of lost the window on it, but the opening is still there, so it's very important that we get the rest of the vegetation off and see if there's any tracery or cut stone left in that window opening.
I'm just thinking of the window though, when you've got this step in up here.
Yeah, it's the actual, so what we need to, we have a drawing already, and when we can get a better feel of the exact dimensions now, we put the window back in on the drawing, right, and see what actually even looks right.
I suppose the most fascinating thing that we found already, and we've only after starting, is that the chamfer and the reveals are still intact, and we're after, if you look at the front, the gable end, the west end of this gable, you'll see that there's a lot of plasterwork, historic plasterwork, that's still there, and still intact, still sound, so we're going to keep all that. There is voids, there's dry joints, and we're just going to repoint and consolidate in around there. At the moment, we've only started. It's only half done in terms of the ivy. More will be revealed. The wall tops still need to have a good going over the balcot at the top. The window there, we still don't understand fully what we're getting ourselves into, but certainly we've lost the historic arch there. We've lost a vast amount of masonry up above it. We don't know where the springing point is yet. We don't know where it did start, what kind of arch it is, but more will be revealed now in the next few days while we're on site.
God, the quality of that, just look how there's no erosion at all.
Yeah, it's very good.
The other important aspect of this project was funding the work of ecologist Fiona McGowan. She identified the botanical treasures in this valley and paints a vivid picture of a thriving past here.
It was a small little abbey or little monastery. There would have been a group of holy people living here, and then there would have also been lots of pilgrims coming to the site, and they would have had to be fed, I'm sure, and all that. So the woodlands that this valley, that the church is, the church is sitting in this wooded valley, and people would have been getting food, getting fuel. So it's all kind of, the landscape still has a medieval feel when you're in somewhere like this. I think it just adds to the atmosphere of the whole place.
Fiona worked with the locals to encourage new maintenance regimes, and hopefully this will see more wildness return to this magic spot.
We all know that our bee populations are declining in Ireland, and it's good to have plants, natural plants, that they can get pollen and things from as well. So it'd be nice to maybe let natural parts of the cemetery here maybe flower into various different plants. And
we will be suggesting just slight changes in the regime, again to do with that we can encourage a few more wildflowers in the grassland here, and then, as I say, it's a lovely, really old hedgerow, and in how that is managed, and then the base of hedgerows, or ditches as they're called around here, would be they can be really rich in wildflowers, so it's just kind of cutting them at the right time.
From the first Mass, people come and say, what will we do? So we put the book up as a visitor's book. Have it nearly filled. In 30 years, we nearly have the book filled with visitors coming now. Like that, it started out with my own father. My own father started it. When this book is filled, we hope to leave it, say, into Laois Heritage Office or somewhere like that people will come again, say if they come to the Laois Heritage Office, they can look in the book, because people do put their names and their addresses. That has happened here before. People from Australia came and put their names and numbers in here, and relatives from Canada came. I had lost track with the ones in Australia and found them in the book and recontacted again.
Funding from the Just Transition pot has been put to good use here in Dysartgallen, validating the work of locals and helping to preserve this important cultural spot for future generations.
I feel very happy about it. I do feel very happy that the way things did work out in here. I didn't dream for 1 minute that would ever happen. That to be taken on and improved from time to time.